again. So today, after going through the ammunition, the 8 gram S-type, I was able to clean up that ammunition and get rid of the burrs that were on it. Just a small burr. See my video on the Tech Talk playlist for more information on that. My thought process was that the small burrs on that ammunition was enough to keep the ammunition from going through the .681 ball gauge, cause it hanging up. So I feel like it, if I didn't do something with it, would have left some doubt in my head. I feel as though that could have caused a feeding problem coming out of the magazine into the breech. So simple fix. Couldn't be any easier. Just took a small little file that I had, but I mean, you could use, anything, little sandpaper, fingernail file, just steal it from the old lady, borrow it from the old lady, I guess. Very easy to resolve. I did indeed find burrs on pretty much every single one of the, every one of the 8 grams. I didn't see that on the 6 gram, and I also didn't have any problems, any jams, no problems whatsoever. So now that I got some burr-free 8 gram, we're going to give it another whirl in here. Also, when I had tested that 8 gram S-type the first time, I had a smaller 50 millimeter bolt spring in the gun. So just to, kind of rule that out as well, I reinstalled, which I was going to do anyways. That was mostly a test. I wanted to see, what kind of effect that spring would have caused, and it did seem to move the power band around and cause some of my later shots in the magazine to become a little bit higher feet per second. My hot shot moved from the first round to the third round, so it was an interesting test. Don't know if I want to run it that way all the time. So I did reinstall, the long story short, I did reinstall the 60 millimeter factory bolt spring in here as well. So we're going to give this a try. I got 2 magazines. I brought an extra CO2 cart down with me. I got one in here already that I got to puncture. We're going to run 2 magazines of this 8 gram, and we're going to see what it does. Forgive me, still fighting these allergies. It's going to be like this for a while. So that's what we're going to do. Let me put my ears on first before I forget, because this thing rings my ears every time. And we're going to try to make this quick. I will do my best not to be too chit-chatty. I ain't making no promises, but I'll try not to be too chit-chatty. We'll keep this kind of short. So let's put the earplugs in. And we'll take some feet per second readings as well with the X radar. Actually, you know what? Let me puncture this first with one out in case I do have a leak. I mean, you pull it apart, you put it back together. God knows how many times you never know if you're going to have a leak. Although I do have the 021 and the 011 have been replaced in the ASA. So let's see what we have here. Let's hope I get a good puncture too. All right. Ooh, I'm glad that stopped. That was kind of weird. I had a little bit of leak and then it just stopped. Probably the pin needed the seat fully or something. But we're gonna shoot anyways. I'm not hearing any leaks now. So sometimes if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. It seems some days it's like that. All right. Anyways, it's okay right now, so turn the laser on. We have 6 rounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds of the 8 gram S-type shaped ammunition. Again, the follower is locked down. We're going to let the gun unlock it. This way we don't lose our ammo everywhere. All right. That went in smooth as butter. Here we go. Shot number 1. 8 gram S-type. 368 feet per second. Felt powerful. I had a kick. I still got pressure on my trigger, so I'm pretty sure I don't have a jam yet. Last time when I had the jam right away, the trigger was really soft. So you should be able to tell by that as well. Shot number 2. 362 feet per second. Still got trigger pressure, feels good. Shot number 3. 350 feet per second. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. I feel like I'm reaching. Shot number 4. 338 feet per second. Shot number 5. 322 feet per second. And the last one, shot number 6. 288 feet per second. Now, I think I'm going to put a new CO2 in just to make sure we have plenty of power on this. Last shot being 288 feet per second with 8 gram ammunition. I'm thinking we probably don't have too many more decent shots left on this, so I'm going to go ahead and just e-gas, and we'll throw another fresh cartridge in and we'll shoot that second magazine. Very nice. Came out perfect. No jams. Ammo all over the floor. These things are pretty springy. They like to bounce out. All right, and we'll check out puncture as well. I added a little small. I added one of the a bolt buffer from a TR50 bolt buffer. I had that laying around. I figured, let me add that in there and see if it helps with my punctures at all. Oh yeah, I got a really good puncture. Wait until you see this one. Yeah. This is nice. All right. Actually, hope I didn't just drop that thing. No, it's still sitting inside. So I just got that sitting inside there. Probably can't see it, I guess, unless there's enough light over here. But that sure as heck made a big difference. That is the best puncture I have had yet. And I noticed on a lot of the bad punctures, or the smaller punctures I had, it kind of left like this kind of crease around the puncture area, like a bullseye, like where the, like the whole pin was trying to seat on it. That's with that little small washer. I'll have to measure it on how big it is, but it's the bolt bumper that they sell for the TR50 bolts. I had that laying around. That seems to be working great. So, very happy with that. We are going to... The washer's still down and acting like a little spacer. We're going to put another 12 cart. Little 12 cart in there. I wasn't sure if that spacer was going to be too big and I couldn't get a good seal, but it seemed to be sealed okay. So the only weird thing I had was that little leak that I had at first when I punctured it coming out the mag well. So I think my 011, I don't know, I think the firing pin was kind of hanging up a little bit in there. All right, so I am psyched. I am so happy that I just ran, 6 of those 8 gram S-types down the barrel and singing like beautiful. Singing like a, I don't know, what's it singing like? Singing like a morning dove or something. It's sweetness to my ears. All right, speaking of which, let's go ahead and puncture this up and we'll shoot another 6 rounds. All right. All right, I think we're good to go. Didn't sound as convincing as the first one, but you know, we're still working our way through this. At least my problem. I don't know if anybody else is having this kind of problem with their IntruBuster Gen 2, but I've been having some difficulties, and I'm only using Umarex branded cartridges, which I don't know. Maybe this gun's not super happy with those, but I think the washer's helping out, giving it a spacer. So, all right, let's see. All right, so we're gonna run another mag of the 8-gram S-type AR Tactical 8-gram S-type. We're gonna let the gun do its job. I got fuzz from my sweatshirt. We want a fuzz-free zone here. We're gonna let the gun do its job and unlock the follower. This way we don't have any spills. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put the laser on, and we're gonna mag 2 of the 8-gram S-type. Shot 1. 346 feet per second. That one came flying back at me. I got good trigger pressure. I can feel it, so I don't have a jam. Shot 2. Woo. Actually, I do have a jam. We'll have to take a look at that. I don't know if I had a problem with this time with the magazine or what. I mean, we're burr free now, so, and you saw me shoot that first mag, no problems. So maybe I got a couple issues going on here. Although I didn't see the follower hanging up at all when I tested it going up and down the magazine, but maybe. Let's take a look. I should have brought another CO2 down. All right. Well, I gotta say, the magazine dropped out a lot easier than I was expecting, because that first jam I had a couple videos ago, the magazine was really rough in there. So 1, 2, 3, I got 3 left in here. See if I can see if the yeah, I got a jam. That round, for some reason, it flipped. It totally flipped in here. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. You might have to take my word for it. But it flipped in there. That is going to be tricky getting that out. The gun's degassed, but come on. All right. And I can see this probably is why a lot of people have some negative thoughts on this. That thing is like it totally spinned. I'm looking at the bottom of that round. When you look down the mag weld into the breech, you're seeing this. So somehow that thing spun around in there, which I'm surprised by that. All right, there we go. I could feel the bolt. There was still some pressure in that, holding the bolt. All right, until I got this completely out of there. Real world, guys. If you think I'm long-winded today, my apologies, but some of us actually want to see this stuff. Real world. By the way, I did get a second awesome clean puncture, and that was from putting that little spacer with these Umarex. Little rubber spacer. TR50 bolt buffer, I guess, whatever you want to call it. All right. I am going to... All right, the bolt's back now, so I could hear it release. So I think I'm safe. I definitely felt it and I could hear the bolt release, but the way this ammunition lodged itself in there,